welcome back to the vlog. And this weekend we are at Cadwell Park for the second round of the BSRC. Been here once before, and that was last year for the King of Cadwell, and it sort of went quite well. So we're looking forward to seeing what we can do this weekend. I think it is only 2 125s this weekend. It's a bit of a sort of downside. I haven't really got anyone to race as such, but the goal is to see actually how far up the grid we can finish overall. So yeah, we'll see how the first session goes and go from there. So we have actually managed to get a practice session out on the Friday evening. Obviously we come up on the Friday to set up, and obviously there was a test day on, but we decided sort of not to do it. But yeah, when we got here there was still one session left, so we did just decide to go pay for the last session, just to go do some steady laps, just to run the engine in that we had. That way when we come to tomorrow for the practice and qualifying, we can sort of push it a bit sooner. So yeah, kart was going alright. The track feels even bumpier than it was last year, but yeah, I think everyone's sort of having the same issue, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. So we have now completed the free practice for Saturday morning, and it was going quite well. Done a 1 minute 31.8, which was quicker than any of the British drivers last year, because I have just looked at their times, because obviously we are back here next weekend for the British round, so just trying to get a bit of a comparison to what times they were doing. So yeah, we have gone quicker than they did, but sort of just a lap from the end, it just started to sound like the exhaust was becoming a little bit louder, and just down the start straight, just started hearing it sort of misfire a little bit, and then yeah, the exhaust snapped on us again. So this is actually a different exhaust to what we had at Silverstone. Luckily, I believe the exhaust from Silverstone has been repaired, so we can either use that one. I think we have still got another spare. So yeah, pace wise we were going well. I believe we were 14th overall, about 8 seconds quicker than the other 125. So yeah, we got the pace. The target is just to see when we go out for the qualifying later how high up we can finish overall. But yeah, get the other exhaust on, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we finish the whole of the next session. The exhaust again.
Oh, look at that. Fucking hell. You look back lovely job, thanks. Cheers, thanks a lot, mate. Next time, enter a car.
Hope we don't see you again today.
Thanks.
So that is now qualifying over. and I think we were 20th overall, which, considering sort of we're the slowest car out there, isn't a bad result. We were about a second slower than we actually went in practice this morning, but we did put on some new tyres, so I didn't feel like I had the same amount of grip for about sort of the first 3 or 4 laps. So yeah, I just ended up having to take it a little bit steadier from the start for the first couple of laps, and just slowly sort of increase the pace, trying to push a little bit harder, warm the tyres up, sort of scrub them in. And then yeah, we didn't really get sort of a good clear lap. I think I got about 1, which was alright. But yeah, I had a sort of another just couple of moments while out there. The cart's just sort of giving away underneath me for what reason I don't know. When we come in, the front right tyre looked flat. It sort of deflated almost in the middle, but when we put the pressure gauge on, it was sort of sitting at just slightly higher than what we set it at to go out with, so it hadn't actually gone down. Just the shape sort of has changed a little bit, so we're sort of debating whether to run for the first race and see if it was the tyre or not, or just put the tyres on that we used for practice this morning, because obviously they were working quite well. But obviously tomorrow we've got split grids, so I think in the first race we're out with the Division 1s, and then our second race we're out with like the 250s. So yeah, sort of be interesting to see how we get on in the first race. It'll be sort of quite hard to keep up with most of them, but I think we're starting on about the 5th row. And then yeah, for the second race I think we're starting a row back, but hopefully I can keep up with some of the 250s and hopefully maybe mix it in with the top 10. But yeah, tomorrow we'll see. But yeah, now just sort of checking out the car and getting it ready for tomorrow. So we're now ready for race 1, which is sort of in about half an hour time. We are out with the Division 1s and the 450s for the first race. I'm starting row 5 on the outside, so 10th. But yeah, everything behind me is quicker than me in a straight line, so we'll see how far up the grid we can finish, and even into the first corner or the end of Park Straight, whereabouts we are, because I imagine they're all just going to come driving past me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll try and give the 450s a good race. I think I'm roughly quicker than most of them, so the goal is to see if we can beat them, and if we do beat any Division 1s we'll sort of be amazed. But yeah, sort of expecting to go back a little bit, but we will keep pushing to see if we can finish any higher up. So race number 1 is now finished. We finished 12th overall, first in class. And yeah, considering we're out with the Division 1s and the 450s, yeah, happy with the result. Had a really good battle with a 450 while I was out there. Just sort of struggling to find someone to actually overtake him, because every straight we went on he just sort of gapped me by quite a bit. I could catch him up through the corners, but as soon as we got back to the straight again, he got that gap back. Did have a look around the outside on one lap, got a little bit close, and then I even tried the inside, and yeah, sort of as I realised the gap was closing, it was sort of too late to back out, so I couldn't just stand on the brakes. Just had to put them on a little bit and hope we didn't spin, and yeah, sort of luckily didn't make any contact, just sort of went over the inside, touched the grass. But yeah, definitely was trying. Finally got him a bit later on, and then in the last lap we had, I did manage to just sort of pull away, so I know I had the pace, just yeah, struggling to get past him. But next race we're out with the 250s and the 450s again, so hopefully we can have a good battle with some of the 250s out there, because looking at their times we're not too far off some of them, and I think we're quicker than a couple as well. So yeah, we'll see where we can finish in the second race, but the main goal is to just actually get the finish overall, because I think even if I sort of finish second, then we win the meeting. So goal is to finish, and obviously if we can win, that's good, but I will be trying to see if we can keep up with some of the 250s. just seen the highlights from race 1. Unfortunately, that is all you're going to get, because our last race actually got cancelled just due to an incident in the race before us on the circuit. Liquid or something got put on the track, and the track and club were trying to do their best to get it cleared, but they deemed it too sort of dangerous for the carts to go out. They said they didn't have enough time to sort of get it ready with the time curfew. Obviously they have to put the safety first, so yeah, obviously a bit of a downer not to get the second race, but sort of completely understand why. The club have been amazing and have actually managed to give us our race that we've missed on the Saturday at Snetterton, so we're still going to get a race. It's just going to be at Snetterton instead, so yeah, can't fault the club at all. They've sort of done their best, and yeah, they've given us the race, so yeah, thank you to them. So yeah, that is the end of the vlog. So we did come away the winners overall, and yeah, we managed to get another trophy, a hat to add to the collection, and sort of a nice bottle of bubbly. So yeah, overall a good weekend, and yeah, just ready for next weekend.